welcome back to Sleeve M. I know this video is coming as a surprise. I typically do just a weekly video, but this week is something special. We're going to Moab, Utah. My mom and dad are on their way as we speak, so we can meet up tomorrow and drive out there, and I am just so excited to see them. My mother just recently had a birthday, and it's still within her birthday month, which I feel like everybody should be able to celebrate for an entire month when it's their birthday. And I wanted to do something special for her. I typically do not see her for her birthday. So today I wanted to make one of the desserts that she used to make all the time growing up, brownies. For some reason, anytime they're on sale, she would buy a box, and then on Sunday she would say, well, we had to use up the box. I mean, what else were we gonna do? And she would make brownies and we put ice cream with them. It was super naughty, but she absolutely loved it. I myself am not a huge brownie eater, but they are delicious. But I'm doing this for her, and so I wanted to do something that I could enjoy as well. And the box brownies really just do not cut it. So I wanted to do a brownie that tasted good, but it was also healthier, so I could have a bite with her. So I found a brownie recipe that is more paleo. I was really trying to go between, should I do a low carb recipe, a keto recipe, or should I do a paleo? I was reading a lot of the comments of what people said about the low carb. A lot of times they turned out too dry. The same went for the keto because they were kind of similar, but the paleo, I found one that uses avocados instead of cream cheese and things like that. So I felt like this would be a little bit more healthier, there'd be more fiber in it, and I thought that when you use something like avocado or zucchini, I was also looking at zucchini recipes, it should make it a little bit more creamier, give you that brownie feel. And I've learned through having my sleeve, having such a small stomach, that I want whatever few bites I have to be in my mouth to just be delicious bites that are completely satisfying. I'm not talking about I'm going to go out and eat a bunch of naughty food, but I want good, clean food that is healthy for me, that makes me feel good, but also tastes delicious. And before I had my sleeve, I was not afraid of vegetables or anything like that. I enjoyed all those things. And so I felt like the paleo version would probably be the best. Plus, I want my family to eat them, and I don't want them to have some dried roast brownies. And so I found a recipe that I think is great. So, and then you make this in a 9x13 pan, which as a Minnesotan, that is our favorite pan to use. It makes 24 brownies, so they are going to be really small, but they should be, still a good bite. They are 102 calories a piece, 102.2 calories a piece. They are 12.3 grams of carbohydrates, but there's also 3.1 of the dietary fiber, making your net carbs to be at 9.2. The protein is then 1.8, so not a lot of protein. I'm going to try making it as is, and if I like this recipe, the next time I think I'll make it with using some GenPro and seeing how it turns out. They did say that you could bake with GenPro, so I might try that in the future, but again, today I just really want to make something for my mom, something that she'll appreciate, and I also got a little present for her. It's just so cute. I have to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Lush, but it is one of my favorite stores. I love all their body products. And they have these pre-wrapped gifts, which they wrap better than I could ever wrap. I got one for a friend of mine, and she absolutely loved it. This one is pretty cool. It's a Splash, which my mom, she taught me how to swim at a young age, and I know she'll like. It's the Whoosh Shower Jelly, which if you've never used a shower jelly, it's just kind of cool. And then there's a Buff Body Butter, which is something that you buff into your skin in the shower. Olive Branch Shower Gel, Ocean Salt Face and Body Scrub, and a Sea Vegetable Soap. So I think my mom will love this, and I'm really excited to give it to her and just thank her for coming out to visit me and just have a wonderful trip, and plus then she can have some luxurious items while we're out glamping. I have here all the ingredients that I'm going to use for this brownie. The first thing I have is some dark chocolate chips with 62% cacao. The more cacao you have, the less sugar and things like that they have. I wanted this to be as natural. I wanted it to be 68%, but Daniel was only able to find 62%. Then you need 3 eggs, which we all know are low carbs. Some unsweetened cocoa powder, which I've had forever, but we're going to use this. One thing the recipe called for was coconut flour, and I don't have any, but I recently purchased this hazelnut meal flour. I've never heard of this, but for 1/4 of a cup, it's 180 calories, 5 grams of protein, 3 dietary fibers, so 2 net carbs for this, and 4 grams of protein. I just thought hazelnut flour and brownie, well, nuts and brownies, I think go so good together. And I saw somebody in the comment section had used almond flour for it. And this is a very good substitute for almond flour. So you can have one or the other. Now, this stuff is not cheap, but it is better, you know, macro-wise than almond flour. And I just thought this would be okay. So I'm going to try it out. If it fails, this is what I'll blame it on. But I really think it'll work just fine. Then I want some honey. The honey is obviously where the majority of the carbs and the sugar and everything is coming from in this recipe. But again, I want something that's going to taste good but is still low carb. So I think I found a happy medium with this, and I'm very pleased. And then some coconut oil, some vanilla, and then some avocados. So for the first part, you want to make a double boiler, which is essentially, I just have a pot of water here that's boiling, and then on top I put another bowl so that the chocolate just sits on top. And you want to incorporate your dark chocolate and coconut oil until it makes a good smooth mixture. So we're not quite there, but we're getting there. It kind of looks disgusting, but in just a few moments it'll look wonderful. I'm just going to cut up some avocado and put them in the food processor. The chocolate is completely incorporated now, so I'm going to set it aside, let it cool, and add the honey and the vanilla extract to my avocado. That the chocolate has cooled, I'm just going to incorporate everything together into the same bowl. here is the finished product. I am going to make some frosting to put over this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good.
You really like it?
I like fudge and brownies.
I agree with that. You know what they're made out of?
Probably not.
Avocados and hazelnut flour.
Really.
They're really low carb. And dark chocolate.
They're not bad.
Mixed with coconut oil. So I made these brownies for my parents. As you could see on camera, they said that they really liked them. I just kind of wanted to give an overall. I felt that the brownies were not brownie-like. They taste almost more like fudge. And you really have to like dark chocolate to like these brownies. Now I happen to like them. I like dark chocolate and I like fudge. But my parents, while off camera, way afterwards, they said we don't want any more of those brownies. So I'll leave it up to you if you think this would be something for you or not.